Well, friends, my name is Aundre Washington, and I get the honor and the privilege and the pleasure of serving here at Concord Church as one of the associate pastors, and I happen to focus on the area of social justice and missions. And today is a segment, a conversation that we want to invite you all into, and we call it Concord in the Community. It's an opportunity for us as a church to lean into our desire to raise awareness about what's happening in our community. And then we also want to spotlight and have a conversation and learn from leaders who are on the front lines in our community, being a catalyst for change. And today, y'all listen, I am super excited about this conversation. We have my new friend, Miss Michele Gomez-Leffall. Can we welcome her to Concord Church? Wonderful. So Michele, we're just gonna dive right in, all right? So just tell us a little bit about yourself, your role, and your organization.
Well, I am a mother of six. Married almost 20 years now, nurse by trade, and I own 3 companies in Duncanville, Texas, Absolute Allied Health Academy, Absolute CPR and Allied Health Training, and Absolute Community Health. We provide low-cost vaccines for children, so if any of your children need to be vaccinated for this upcoming school year, we do those for free. In addition to, we're a full-functioning laboratory, so the same test that you receive at Quest or CPL, we're able to assist you with that. In addition to my baby, Absolute Allied Health Academy, we are the only vocational college in the city of Duncanville. We pride ourselves in letting people know that you can get into the healthcare field in as little as 12 to 20 weeks. Our popular, 2 popular programs are our Accelerated Medical Assistant Program, where you can become a medical assistant, phlebotomy technician, and an EKG technician in 12 weeks, or our Accelerated Nurse Assistant Program, where you can become a nurse assistant and patient care technician in 8 weeks. We do not utilize financial aid or government loans for that matter. I have had 162 graduates. They all walked away debt-free by the grace of God. So when I tell you it wasn't by chance, it was all in God's order and making. So I am grateful to God to be able to just provide this opportunity to the people in our community.
That's phenomenal. You just said a lot there, so I'm curious to know, in light of what you do, tell us a disparity, if you will, that you've seen in our community.
I would say the disparities that I see in our community are no different than the disparities I seen growing up in Compton, California. I'm not afraid to say my parents were drug addicts growing up, so it was hard. But within that, I still see lack of education, lack of health care, lack of opportunity. There's a list of things, and the opportunity in itself puts us all in a position where when seasons come and you lose hope as an individual when you don't have access to things, and this is why I created the program that I have currently.
That's good. Yeah, there you go. So, final question, we're gonna land the plane here, but I wanna make an introductory statement. And actually, if you don't mind, I wanna read it how I wrote it, because I really want us to process this well, okay? There is a cumulative and complex way in which you have to exist in spaces. That's you, Michele. You are a woman leading in the healthcare industry, a leader who serves in the urban context, a business owner. You are, as we discussed earlier this week, biracial in your ethnic makeup, which has so many implications. A biracial woman of color, which is how you identify. You are a wife, you are a mother. So oftentimes, if we're not careful, we can create a narrative that only focuses on the barriers that you may face, and we know they are there. However, I want to push the boundaries by asking you this question. Tell us, not the barriers, but what are the benefits of you being you and showing up as you are on the mission field that God has called you to?
We got time for this?
Got a minute and 52, 51, 50 seconds.
Okay. I would say the benefit of me showing up as I am is I'm a walking testimony. I think sometimes we get so caught up in the season and the storm that we forget that your trials and tribulations create your testimony. And it brings me back. it brings me back to a scripture that I came across a while ago, Mark 4:35. Let us go across the other side. And when I read that scripture, I realized that the disciples were concerned because there was a storm, a terrible storm, and the waves were demonic to nature. And they were concerned because Jesus wasn't by their side. And sometimes we don't have faith because we don't see it. You know, we don't see him there. And I realized that through everything, even with the trials and tribulations, the things that I assumed that would hinder me and that were negatives, they have actually benefited me. You know, those trials and tribulations has allowed me to relate with my students, relate with the community I serve, let them know that there is opportunity out here regardless of what you're going through. You know, sometimes we gotta be certain to recognize there are things in life we have no control over, and we cannot allow them to affect the things that we do. You know, and know that God is always there. Sometimes we put so much focus on man that we forget man will disappoint you. But you should get on your knees at all times and speak to God, because he'll never leave you. He'll never forsake you. Oh, Jesus, you know, and oh, Lord. Oh, Lord. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. All I'm saying is, you know, give God the glory. Be obedient. Be obedient. Be obedient. And don't be afraid. And as long as I live with everything he's put me through, I'm going to be a walking testimony. I'm going to preach to those who don't even want to hear, you know. So, because I would not be here. I would not be here. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. But I thank you guys. I thank you. I love my church. I'm a member here, and I love my church. I love my church family. I love my community. I just want you guys to know what we offer, and we're here to serve you. And I went over my time, but can I just do one thing? Tiffany Douglas, can you please stand for me? This young lady was our first scholarship this year from the school. And everybody, she graduated, finished the program yesterday, and she already landed a job at UT Southwestern.
Come on, we ought to give them some praise. Oh, come back. Come on, let's give God some praise. Woman of God, we honor you. We thank God for you. Come on, can we give it up for Michele?